Lalaa, boss Britt, eXeL. Know when you progress, gotta eXeL.
The progress report.
All right, it's your girl Lalaa Shepard.
Boss Britt the most lit.
What's up? It's your girl DJ eXeL.
Y'all, it is November the 6th.
Yes.
And we got our decision. Who's in the office? How y'all feeling?
Carrot Top one, man.
Carrot Top is crazy.
It's a really frustrating day. But no matter what, I just try to be positive, man. Like, even though I am so disappointed, I'm not as disappointed because so many people was riding for him.
A lot of people were. Vocally.
And yes.
Yeah.
That I really was like, yo, if she win, like, thank God. But I just kind of left it to be a possibility because so many people definitely love him for whatever reason, despite his criminal history, despite him not having any policies, despite him being a racist.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm just trying to do the best with what I got. What Mariah Carey say? Cause it sucks.
What they say on the Players Club, you got to use what you got to get what you want. Like,
Yeah.
we fucking with this chump change. No, I'm just playing. But no, this is. I think it's just disheartening.
Mm-hmm.
But like we knew, a lot of people did already, vocally say they fuck with Trump. So I think just seeing that lead yesterday, just watching the just the lead, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
And then just the people, the numbers of people that voted, black people, black women, gay. It's just like, dang. Like, so all I could do is just hope for the best for this future. I think what bothers me is just on that stage, I just saw no people of color, nobody I could like relate to. So it's just scary, just like, damn, they gonna decide a lot of decisions, and I know we can't relate to each other. So what about you, eXeL? How was your experience at DJ at the polls? Because you went viral.
They was at the ride out for you. Where you at? Drop a pin.
No. The crazy thing is hella people hit me, which was dope. But first, I'm gonna go into this, and then I'll go into that, so we not mixing too. All right. So I feel, y'all, this morning, and I think this how I felt this morning yesterday contributed to how I felt this morning. All right, y'all. I could have dropped a tear this morning out of frustration. Just frustration because to me, it's not even about the politics right now. It's about morals. Exactly, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm upset. It's like the morals ain't there. The respect ain't there. Like, just being Trump has not shown respect as a professional, let alone somebody that's running the United States. You know what I'm saying? And I really fearful that people didn't pick Kamala because she's a woman. And the whole time I ain't gonna lie, for Obama I was like, yo, it'd be dope to have a black president. Like, but for her it wasn't even, I mean, of course it would be dope to have a female president, but to me it felt more like her or Trump, like just morals. Not
about sex, gender, not about color. It wasn't no color in my mind when I'm thinking like I'm voting for her. Facts. I agree.
And then I heard a lot of people just didn't want, like, a lot of men specifically felt like they couldn't get, didn't want a woman to run the country when, I don't want to give fake statistics, but 75% of us been raised in a one-parent home by a woman. You know what I'm saying? And daddy was never there type shit. You know what I'm saying? Literally. So, like, just to not have, if it came down because she was a woman, to not have faith in a woman is crazy to me. Because we all know, like, all business people have a woman on their team because that's what keeps things in order. I think 100%. We talked about that before.
We talk about it all the time.
Yeah,
like you need a woman.
It is facts.
But even Hillary won the popular vote when she
that was
ran.
disappointing.
So I'm
too.
like, damn, like.
But naturally, I feel like a lot of people did not like Kamala.
I think
already
that too.
That was just already a thing. It was just a lot of just speculation out there before, so she had the odds against her.
And
putting black men in jail.
Yeah. And we forget that, like, Joe was actually running for president. So, like, she got on at the tail and low key when, like, she could have been preparing for this. And I also do think those 4 years she was vice president, it was silent from her and Joe. Unless you was really tuned in. Like, we ain't hear a lot of shit they was doing. Yeah. So then I think that did have an effect on, like, if we was like, yo, as a vice president, you did this, like, you gonna kill it. Like, I felt like it was silent from them the whole time. And she probably was just trying to clean up Joe's Mess.
I ain't gonna say nothing crazy.
You know what? You see him like.
So many things came to
All
mind.
right. So how was the DJs at the polls?
Okay, so let me tell y'all. For y'all that don't know, so there's an organization called DJs at the Poll. They went to a lot of states. I believe they hired over like 1,000 DJs. All right. So basically, their whole intention was to get DJs at the polls to create a vibe, not to promote to vote for anybody specifically, but just to create good energy because music is frequencies, vibrant. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of DJs was at polls. It started at 7 in the morning, y'all. So my first location, I did 3. My first location was at a Catholic church. All right, so we're told to, be like 100 feet from like the entrance of the poll. So I went to the very end of the sidewalk. Outside of that, I would have been in a parking lot. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the very end while I'm playing the priest and this other man. If y'all want like description of fat, ugly man. Very disrespectful man, okay? Came out and basically instantly came out like, turn this off. This is our property. Get out of here. We'll call the police, right? And then like the priest, I'm talking about he got the whole joint on. He's like, yeah, you got to go. I hope you get paid for this. You're making happen of whatever you could do. He talking about, is the music any good? And just being very sarcastic, very petty, very disrespectful. And I literally lowered the volume, said, hey, I'm just going to call the people that hired me. And if they tell me to go, then I'm going to leave. But what we were instructed to do, they said, hey, we are hired from them and not the people at the polls. So we have nothing to do with the people at the polls. So it's 2 separate things. So they were telling us in the beginning, like we had calls and stuff, like, hey, you don't take no direction from them. So that's why I said I'll lower the volume, but when they tell me to leave, I will leave. Yeah. You know what I mean? But the priest was telling me at 9 a.m., we have a funeral here. My whole thing is, so y'all got a funeral at the voting poll.
So literally at the same.
That's what he's telling me.
That's crazy.
That's a lie. That gotta be a lie. First of all, if God forbid somebody passed away, you can choose the date you want to have the funeral. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to choose election day where everybody is out voting, let alone how would you, even if you did, how is that even possible to be having a funeral while people are walking into vote?
No, I know. It's like,
that's crazy.
that is crazy.
It's stupid.
I'm finding out that part. I didn't know it was at
that
the same
was my
exact
whole
time.
thing. And people,
What the heck?
one thing I'm not going to do is argue with the internet, but people were like, well, you're DJing at a funeral place. First of all,
I don't know.
I'm DJing at the fucking poll.
I can't stand the internet.
That's why I'm not going back. I'm not even reading comments because even with like Trump's, getting to be president, I'm not about to go back and forth because But the biggest thing was, y'all, this is a poll. You know what I mean? So like, how is that? If you are doing that, they need to investigate that. Like, how is that even right? Like, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I left there, and then I went to my second location, which was another church. Once I set up, the pastor there walked up to me and his wife, shook my hand and said, hey, what's going on here? Because I can say DJs at the poll, we thought that every location would be aware that we're there.
That would have been a smart.
Nobody, but since we weren't hired through them and they probably got clearances through like the city for the election polls, they got clearance, but the actual locations didn't know. So they made it very awkward. You know what I'm saying?
You just pulling up, like setting up a table with a DJ equipment, like they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and then not for nothing, you see how I look, and you might put me in a certain category of who I'm trying to influence you to vote for, which I'm not saying nothing. You know what I mean? So the second place I pull up to, the pastor comes up to me, introduces himself, and says, what's going on? And I explain, hey, we're just trying to create a good vibe, da-da-da. He was like, okay, cool. And I did go even further. I went like towards damn near the end of the parking lot. Just like, I don't even want to deal with this. I just want to get paid at the end of the night. And they, like when the second pastor was walking up to me, my heart was like, all right, you about to snap, because I really felt prejudiceness or racism. I don't know what to call it. The first time, I automatically felt judged from the beginning, and it fucked with me. So when the second pastor was walking up, I was like, bro, I kept my composure there. I'm about to snap.
My little demon.
Yeah,
Try to keep
I'm
my little
about
demon.
to snap. But their whole approach was different, and I was like, you see, that
always
does
the approach. It's always the approach.
and that shows you like how you can handle something, and then it also show you like sometimes we put people like pastors and preachers on a pedestal, and they don't deserve that position, or they're just human, and they have their flaws with them too, because ain't no way I would go to that man's church. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just crazy. So overall, I think
glad you safe.
Right. That's what I'm looking like, girl.
Yeah.
Out here acting crazy already.
No, but you know what? I want to say another thing, and it showed me even like people just speaking out. So at first I was like, yo, I don't even want to post this because the company that hired me might be upset, right? But this is a real problem. This was really ugly how they treated me. So once I and then you tend to think, just like everybody else, that you're the only one dealing with this.
Then
Once
hella
I
people,
posted it, bro, like 15 DJs. Yo, they kicked me out of my spot too. They were rude to me too. They called the police. I would have thought I was the only one. And and not to go deep, but like when we talk about like Diddy stuff and all that, it'd be one person to come out and it'd be a flock of people like, yeah, because when you think you the only one, you like, damn, how y'all gonna look? Y'all gonna, of course y'all gonna say some slick shit in the comments, but like, yo, it made me realize like, yeah, you got sometimes be the first person to speak up and watch. It probably happened to other people. So overall, y'all, I need a drink.
Well, cheers to that. I'm glad you got the check.
Yeah.
Did they pay in advance?
No, but actually they pay. No, actually they pay just 3 days out, which is cool. You don't gotta wait a long time, because y'all know messing with some company, you gotta wait like over a month.
No, we know.
And the real reason I even recorded the first video, right when they started talking shit, I just pushed record. Was y'all try not to pay me. If y'all try, and that's why I kept, and low key, that's why I kept my composure, because
my evidence.
Yes,
for sure.
and I'm like, yes sir, yep,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
My case.
So yes, because I'm gonna get paid that day. Y'all, right when you said you gonna call police, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
they got it in.
I just want to say one more thing too. Like, there are definitely still leaders out there that we can be leaning into. So if you are still wondering, like, what can I do at this point, look into the people that you look up to, politicians that you do agree with their message because they have an actual message, and lean into them, because there's still things that we have to work on despite who's in office for president, because he's just one part of it. We already know that ladder is long. So just don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Keep y'all faith, keep y'all hope, and just stay prayed up, because we don't know what's about to happen, honestly.
Nah, that's a fact. And sometimes when you look back at your life and something go crazy, it all makes sense later. And I'm hoping sometimes, I'm hoping eventually it's going to make sense. Or sometimes you got to hit rock bottom before you can go up. And like, I don't want nothing bad to happen, but if it does, I hope people that voted take accountability and be like, when they say my president's better than yours, keep that same energy, motherfucker. I'm gonna screenshot every single one of y'all.
Well, God bless America, okay?
Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do that after this, just so I'm gonna have it in the art. I'm gonna have it all in a folder, so I'm gonna make a video once something happen. Oh, yeah.
Stupid Lord. But listen, I'm weak. God bless America, and I just pray that we be good out here.
Yeah,
it's the day.
Good day, got it.
Okay. All right, y'all. We out. Till next time.
The Progress Report.